Hey friends, this is Ian Khan here at HIMSS 25 in Las Vegas, and I've got with me Rob Meyer, Chief Product Officer at Agfa HealthCare. Rob, welcome to the Futurist at HIMSS. We're super excited to talk to you because Agfa is doing a lot in the healthcare space. I want to hear from you. What are you guys innovating right now, and how's HIMSS going for you?
Yeah, so first off, thanks for the invitation. Looking forward to speak with you. Yeah, at Agfa, we're really looking at a couple different things, right? What's the market challenges? What are the challenges we're seeing? And really, as we are transforming the organization into an outcomes-driven, customer-focused organization, we're really making strategic investments in certain areas. So if you think about some of the key problems customers are facing today, you have burnout, you have lack of radiologists, you have a need to, there's increased number of exams, less people to do it. So what we have done is started to innovate in really four key areas. The first is we think about image, display, review, distribution in our streaming client. So think about Netflix, right? Today, you download the pixels that you need, regardless of where you are.
Yeah.
Versus an historical on-premise solution that is, I'm pushing pixels, I'm pushing data back and forth. Very heavy, starts to get larger and larger. So we really innovated pretty heavily in that space. And what that has allowed us to do is actually expand beyond the traditional four walls of the hospital and say, hey, I need to hire on some other radiologists to do my reading.
Yeah.
They can be located arguably anywhere in the globe. And instead of dropping down heavy iron, software, etc., I can give them a thin client. They have the diagnostic reading workstation, and they can access that in a very quick way to allow them to offload a lot of that work.
Okay.
Right. So
Excellent.
a lot of building that out. In addition to that, we've also added the ability for workflow orchestration. So one thing is, I work in a hospital. Great. What's my specialty? Or the other problem is dealing with the cherry picking phenomenon. So I am reading particular studies because maybe they're easy. In North America, the highest reimbursement.
Yeah.
So how do you balance that? And we've built some technologies and solutions around there to get input from the customers, understand is a scheduling-based environment, so I can actually schedule Dr. Rob is in there, Dr. Ian is here, here's what you're going to get over that time, or is it a specialty? So maybe I'm a neuro person, I'm a chest person, you're going to get that information and again, but I would say in a more intuitive manner that allows you to balance that workload across your organization, all fundamentally balanced and tracked with reporting.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
See that.
Okay. Amazing. You covered a lot of ground there, so thank you for doing that. Imaging, radiology, all of these are now creating a lot of data, a lot of information. I've had really great conversations here on the show with people who are talking about this, how there's a need to integrate the data, how there's different sources of data. Like, it's amazing, right? We're going to swim in data.
Yes.
We're already swimming in data. How are you looking at this data opportunity as you do a lot of things within the healthcare system? How are you thinking about bringing it all together, or you've already brought it together?
And if you look at the healthcare industry, especially in this space, it's very cyclical, right? And you have organizations that grow up and say, I could do everything. And now you look across the show floor, you have all these small, even AI companies. They create a widget, create a tool. Well, they want to enable that within some other system, some other platform. A couple different ways. One is you can do the traditional, I'm going to create a custom API to tie this together in some form to give them a tool or widget. We, as Agfa, have been very heavily focused, and for a number of years, on the standards bodies. IHE, DICOM, etc., that from a standards-based approach allows you to share the information more reliably. Now you say with a large amount of data. We have investment now internally, but also with partners to leverage AI. We get asked many times, customers ask, say, well, which AI tool should I use?
Of course, yeah.
And really say, what problem are you trying to solve, right? Is it a performance issue? So I have a particular program, maybe it's chest reading, it's mammography, that I need to quickly get through this bolus of information. Well, if it's a normal, boom, it's done, send it off. So how do you give people more time in their day to be able to support that? So leveraging a lot of that technology is what we're really trying to enable. And what I find very amazing in this space is every month, every quarter, there continues to be hundreds of new AI algorithms or AI vendors on the market and really trying to find the right one. And so what we have actually enabled is a platform. So we partner with Carpal, and they offer 130 different type of AI algorithms.
Yeah.
And what that does is it allows a customer a choice. And for us, it's to say, well, I could say I have these, that's all you get. And they go,
Yeah.
well, what about these others?
Yeah.
Here we have a choice. They can identify which one works for their population, for their area, to really tie that stuff together. So again, it's just really, it's what I would say, it's really that customer-focused area and leveraging the solutions that are out there to try to improve, right? How do I quickly get through? Our biggest challenge today is how do I get through my stack of exams on a regular basis?
Of course. Agfa is also a hardware company. It's not just software. You've got incredible hardware in the imaging world. What has changed in hardware in the last, 3 to 5 years? Or is it new materials? Is it a new way you're looking at hardware? I'd love to know more.
Yeah, what I would say, as mentioned earlier, is we had previously traditionally is the on-prem solution, on-premises. So you provide a number of different servers and that management. As we know in technology, those servers are outdated within a year.
Yeah.
So you almost felt like every year you had to refresh. What we see now is really this proliferation of cloud. And what the cloud allows is it takes that lumpiness of the investment year over year, and what we've done is built it into an operational model. So it says, listen, let us, through our partner AWS, manage the hardware, the servers, etc., and be able to deliver that in a more optimal way on a fee per exam, fee per use. It allows you to build out. So it takes the hardware components out of it, out of the way. And the other piece we've done is actually started to, what I would say, containerize.
Okay.
So it allows this ability to, as a customer grows, to allow them to expand or contract, right? If depending on whether you're reading, that they're able to really use this data more effectively. Heavy load times, low load times. It really allows it to be flexible for their speed. So for us, we partner with a number of different vendors, different technologies, if you will. It's allowing it to be really, really flexible.
In terms of machinery, equipment, imaging equipment, the CTs, the MRIs of the world, all of that. What is changing? And I don't want to talk about AI, right? What is changing there? Are they becoming better as we go on because of technological improvements? What are you seeing?
It's interesting because I think what ends up happening is it's from, let's say, CT, it's more slices, right, in a shorter amount of time. So they can quickly go through a full body scan. If I look back in time, and I'm going to age myself, but originally it was 50 pictures for a CT scan. Now it's in the order of thousands of slices because they made the slices much, much thinner.
Okay.
So what happens there is now you take all that, reprocess, you can build up volumes, and it allows the users to visualize that. So I could say, yes, they've improved on the technology. They've improved on the speed and the granularity of the data that's available. And now you can use other tools to literally, for virtual surgeries, for planning, for things like that. It's just to see, three-dimensionally and how that looks like it feels.
Incredible. Last question. What is your hope for the next 2 to 5 years for the industry? What do you want to see that will make you really happy?
I think a lot of it is how do we really ultimately improve the work-life balance of the healthcare professionals. They're under more and more stress daily, do more with less. And I think what we can offer as technology solution providers is really that ease of use. How do you augment their role? I strongly feel that the role of a radiologist, for example, is much more than I'm sitting in a dark room reading images. How do they get closer to the patient? What's that interaction? And that's what I hope we can all, as an industry, continue to strive for to improve that when all said and done.
Incredible. Well, thank you so much for sharing your time with us and helping us understand, some of the challenges in industry. Really appreciate it. Thank you to Agfa for all the incredible work that you do. Thanks so much.
Appreciate it.